Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Everybody settle it down. So welcome to Poetry Slam, one of the best events there is in 8th grade. Now, Hershey Park might be a really great event, and American Cultures class is a really great event every single day. But Poetry Slam is really, really good. One of my favorites. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Clark, so I'm one of the teachers on Team 6. And we get to celebrate poetry, and we get to celebrate some of your classmates. Welcome to this event, but I would like to teach you just really quickly what it means to be a good audience here for Poetry Slam. Being a good audience means listening. It means clapping when it's appropriate to clap, cheering when it's appropriate to cheer, being quiet and listening when it's appropriate to be quiet and listening. And please keep in mind primarily that the event we're doing today is about these people who will be performing on the stage, not about the people who are sitting in the audience. All right, so with that, we are going to really enjoy this event. I'd like to thank our language arts teachers for helping to put this together. And if I get these over. So, language arts teachers including Mrs. Bushy, Mrs. High, Mrs. Hager, Mr. Smith, and Mrs. Clanson. So thank you for all of your hard work. So I'd like you please to welcome Piper Stank performing Overthinking.
Overthinking is putting too much time into thinking about or analyzing in a way that is more harmful than helpful. Everything that causes the invisible smoke to spill out of your ears. My mind is filled with thoughts wrapped like children on a sugar high, running around in my mind running here for words and permanent pen on the walls. It's crayon problems in a thin air, like my best friend's mad at me because she hasn't responded in 10 minutes, or ripping apart every bloody backhanded compliment I've ever gotten, trying to find the knife that's buried in my back after, practicing what I'm going to say to the cashier 100 times in my mind, because if I mess it up in person, they're going to think I'm stupid. And it's knowing I'm 13 now, but when I say I'm tired, it's because I didn't get enough sleep last night, and not because I almost collapsed on the cool concrete floor after practice, because life is being a bit too rude for me to handle at the moment. And I'm never going to let you look me in the eyes, because the grip of the horrifying honey hazel eyes isn't as sweet as they seem. It's second-guessing everything everyone does in my peripheral vision. You want to say something, but the transparent, twisted words won't wiggle out.
Please welcome back Sophie Riley and Procrastination.
Next time I won't delay. I'll get started right away. But I always let procrastination have its way. I sit and stare, looking at the time pass by, watching while the clock's voiceless ticks remind me that deadline is near. An hour flies away, wasted in unproductiveness. The clock's ticks whisper, cautioning me to get started, but I still push it away. To-do lists pile up, yet nothing gets done. The due date becomes sooner, but I have yet to care. I'll leave it until later. I have time, I swear. But still, the hasty ticks warn me that time is slipping away. Though deep down I fear that deadline is near, I still push it off and away. The time ticks hastily once more. Its reminders becoming faster than before. Though I promise myself I'd do it now, my listless laziness and procrastination won't allow. Always convinced I have time, but where does it go? The clock's ticks echo. Despite its former warnings, now I am afraid. The time is now shorter and the deadline is right around the corner. So here I am again, procrastinating once again. Perhaps next time I shouldn't delay and should get started right away.
Yeah.
slammer is Aiden Krajik, performing Books and Dreams.
Chris, you better give me that soda when I'm done with this. Books and dreams. Two very alike things, yet somehow they're different. First, a book. Books are a world that someone created for you. Books are someone else's imagination that they put on a piece of paper. You could be running from a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You could be digging for treasure. You could be flying a plane above the Atlantic Ocean. All those imaginations are someone else's. Now, a dream. Dreams are a lot like books, but they're different because it's always your imagination. A dream is always you. A dream is something that you created in your brain. It takes you into your brain. The worst part, however, in a dream is waking up and you can't remember a single thing. It plays on repeat in your head, remember, 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 but you just can't. Because no matter how hard you try, it's just a world that you can never go back to.
Please welcome next, Madison Myers, performing You're Beautiful.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever been walking through the hallways and someone tells you, you need to do something with your life? You're stupid. You're ugly. Well, don't believe them, because all your belief is in you. You don't need someone else to tell you what you should do, what you should do with your appearance. So next time someone tries to discourage you, don't let them get to you. Because I believe everyone is beautiful in their own way. And that will never change, as long as you have belief in yourself.
Our next performer, our next slammer is Jacoby Martin. Please welcome.
So, does anyone find it weird that I'm wearing one regular shoe and one dinosaur gibbet croc? Yes, hello, doctor. Oh, do you know what bit me? You still don't know. How would you still not know you're a doctor? You need to know these things. I'm gonna throw it this time. I know everyone hates bug bites. Like a cartoon character hates randomly placed banana peels and gigantic avalanches. Oh, we're all gonna die! Well, that is too bad, because I am a bug bite. I am annoying, like a fake British accent. I did it better than I ever have that time. Or like a kindergartner with a kazoo. I am a bug bite. Do you get it yet? I am obnoxious, like a mockingbird with a big metal gong. Boom! 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 chicken violently being drowned in the sink. I'm a bug button. Do you still not get it? I guess you could even say I'm cringy. Like Mr. Wanamaker's bad jokes. No offense, sorry. Or like people who say the things that aren't really words, like skibbity, Ohio Rizzo. I don't know what that means. I'm a bug button. If you don't understand yet, listen closely and get some bug spray. I'm only going to say it one more time. I'm a bug bite!
Our next slammer is Pete Delaire performing I'm Sorry.
If I could, I would tell my brother I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being very nice to you. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I'm sorry for calling you some not nice names. I'm sorry we don't get along. I'm sorry. Now, you might be wondering, is he dead? Maybe he's sick? Well, no. He's not dead, or sick, or anything like that. If you have a sibling you don't get along with, younger, maybe even older, you probably understand. The best way I can maybe explain it, you don't want to give them the satisfaction of you saying sorry, because you know they never will. My parents always say me and my brother are alike. That's why we clash. We always argue, where we never get along. Well, sometimes we can get along. Sometimes we can play together, joke together, get along. But it always ends in a fight. I say something offensive, one gets bored, the other doesn't. Something always happens. But no matter what happens, no matter how many times we argue, how many times we annoy each other, we'll always be there for each other. Even though neither of us will admit it, I know we will. So, to my brother, who will never hear this poem, I'm sorry.
Will you please welcome next Michael Rakowski performing a closer.
In shadows cast by twilight's kiss stands a tower, once proud, now amiss. Its silhouette against the sky whispers secrets of days gone by. Once it soared, a beacon tall, guardian of lands, standing tall. Time's cruel hand, with steady sway, has worn its walls, led it to decay. Its stones are cracked, its edges worn, echoes of a legacy once adorned. No longer does it reach the stars, but bows to the weight of ancient scars. Yet in its ruin, there lies a tale, a strength tested by storm and gale. For though it bends, it doesn't break, resilience in every stone awake. So let it stand in solemn grace, a monument to time's embrace. For even in its shattered state, it holds the beauty of a faith. In brokenness, it finds its power, a symbol of endurance, hour by hour. For in every fracture, every flaw, lies the beauty of life's grand awe.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Lila Elps performing Hermit.
all hermit crabs. We seek our shells as a necessity, for we can't feel calm, even though surrounded by 4 glass walls, away from the world and all the danger, for we can't help but recall the crows and gulls that sweep us up into our beaks and like a hydraulic press, squeeze the air out of life out of us, and twist and turn our tendons, and rip and savor our tibia as our trepidation rises, and we are crushed into nothing. Hermiting away in fear that those will hate us for who we really are. We are all hermit crabs. Some scuttle along a desolate beachfront, strewn with bags, cigarettes, nets, a restless gray undertow amalgamating with the grainy shore beneath, only to spawn a malicious quicksand that steadily begins to imbibe you. But you pull through, claws dragging, covered in steaming green algae, muck, sludge, just as you always have. You hack up some scrumptious plastic for 5 minutes, and as you suffocate on the trash in life's way, you realize you've lost your shell. It's been sucked under the sand. The only thing that you are proud of is gone. Oh, there's an empty bottle. That'll have to do. We are all hermit crabs, and while you are bedazzled with glue, glitter, gems, and looking like the most prestigious thing to ever walk this earth, you remember when you were suffered at the hands of a man as your shell was plunked down on the table and smashed, the piercing hammer bloody, scraps collected, identity discarded of. And the paint was slathered onto you like a child painting a rock. A lifeless, useless, emotionless, disregarded rock. Stone. Reeking of turpentine, aromatic azodyes that seep into those hurting eyes and burn your spine, you are just a helpless hermit crab on the inside. We are all dying, so stop trying. We curl up, buried under the dirt, hidden under a shell, so they can't see our true selves. Come out of your shell and tell others what they need to hear as well. Nobody's perfect. You and everyone else. You are just another hermit crab, stranded on your own island, trying to crawl back to shore.
Performing his poem, Overthinking, please welcome Cole Arthur.
Overthinking is like a blank piece of paper. With all the possibilities, realities, certainties, it's supposed to be free. Use your imagination. Mend, bend, pretend, whatever reality you want. But instead, it's overwhelming. With all the possibilities, realities, certainties, all your realities become the worst. And with thoughts racing through your head, your imagination becomes your worst enemy. Quicken breathing, a flood of a million I'm sorries, and just as many why are you apologizing. Mend, bend, pretend it'll all be okay. But it's not. One wrong inflection and I'm derailed. Like a train, it takes a team to put me back on. A day, ruined by a typo. A night, destroyed by emotional distance. A relationship, wrecked without reason.
Everybody feel tired. Very tired. Because you will hear about tiredness from Chris Rivera.
Tiredness consumes me.
I'm tired of life, of waking up and only finding disappointment. I'm not tired because I'm another lazy teen. I'm not tired because I was on my phone. Tiredness. Tiredness is overwhelming. The distress is hurting. Thoughts expressionless. Tiredness. Tired is my body. Tired is my mind. Tired is my soul, and tired is my heart. Feeling tired without reason. Tiredness. The slow jag of life walking by.
Okay, inside your brain, subtract 10 years from you. Because I'd like you to go back to May 28th, 2014, performed by Izzy Corbin.
I'm very supportive.
I feel the quiet of the room. I breathe it in slowly and let it go. I stare at the small lines marked along my door frame in Sharpie, the dates engraved next to each one. Sometimes I wish I could go back there, back to May 28, 2014, with the back of my feet pressed against the wall, waiting for my dad to mark my height to see just how much I've grown since the last time we've checked. As I look around my room, I see that little girl once more, dancing around without a care in the world, no complications, no worries, no tears. Just pure happiness mixed in beautifully with the sweet bliss of innocence, creating the perfectly imperfect girl that I was. I wonder what that girl would say if she saw me today. Would she be proud? Would seeing who I am now make her cherish every moment leading up to it? Would it make her run as fast as she can, running from me as time chases her in this twisted game of tag? I have spent so long trying to please the people I won't even remember when I grow old that I've forgotten about the girl who has grown with me. She clings to me like the tiny shadow of a ghost, the ghost of who I used to be. She stands behind me in fear, expecting me to protect her from the world, but I let her down. Now I am left looking through the old photos of her with a smile on her face, thinking about how that bright smile will turn into despair if she ever caught a glimpse of who we are now. Sometimes I am ashamed of who I have become. There are things that I wish I could change. I wish I didn't take for granted the things that I no longer have. I wish I would have been more grateful for them while they were still here. I wish I would have spent more time with my grandfather before that casket closed on all chance of me getting to know him. I wish I would have spent more time with my uncle before he chose the drugs over us. I wish I would have spent more time with every single person who has come into my life and seemingly left without a trace, like they were never here. I wish I didn't push people away simply because I felt as though I did not deserve them. So yes, that little girl, she may not be proud of who I have become, but I am. I know I am far from perfect, but I am proud of the fact that I can now eat a meal, no longer worried about how much weight I might gain. I am proud of the fact that I can now look at myself without feeling the amount of hatred and sadness I did last year. Yet still sometimes I am ashamed of who I have become. I end up dwelling on the past, forgetting the fact that the only person who needs to be there for me is me, right? And the only person who needs to be proud of me is who I am today, not who I was.
Our next slammer is Owen Calp, and he is performing Caleb.
Come on. Bill. So, I'm here under the understanding that you're a horrible person. So, Dr. Szymblowski got back with your results. He writes some good poems, don't know why. So here it is. You're a terrible person. With this cringy, failed attempts at humor, and seemingly residing in a household sharing similar filth to the old ramen containers you'll see rusting in city dumpsters, Caleb Shore is one fine specimen. That's awful. His eyes looking like ceramics that shouldn't be that shiny, with his well-greased, oily hair resting at least 5 inches above him. Billy compliments the unreasonable surplus of dirt shared amongst each and every hook he calls a fingernail, each hanging out of a musty crevice of gunk, seemingly radioactive. Caleb Shore is one fine specimen. He swears he showers. The shower he speaks of must be a lie or a swamp. This likely contributes to the flaky, neglected, and uncared for plaster that is his skin. Wow, what did you do to this, Doc? Oh, you'll love this part. And the aroma, oh, the aroma. Unbearable, unbelievable even. The lengths he has gone to secure that blatant stank. That's impressive. That's impressive. Where was I? Right. The blatant stank, almost like if blatant, already expired cottage cheese was left out in the hot Sahara sun for no. That's Carter Knoll. He's worse, I promise. The putrid smell, like if vile, already expired cottage cheese was left out in the hot Sahara sun for hours on end. Yeah. Caleb Short's one fine specimen. He had a specimen that'll still always be the interesting, inspirational, and cute little boy we can all look up to.
So you tell me, what form of literature are we hearing here today? And if you said poetry, you now have the name of our next piece we will hear performed. Please welcome Patrice Pittman performing poetry.
Poetry is passion. Poetry is connection. Connecting yourself to your passion than trying to pour it out onto your canvas. But poetry can be so much more. A way to express yourself. A way to cherish an idea and put it out there in a more sophisticated light. In reality, we never can. We have the idea, we have the compassion, but poetry is pretending to understand, to express like a passage never could. But a passage has all the pieces. Poetry is missing 5. When you spill water, a large majority remains within a certain range. We decide to clean the water up. But what about the droplets we feel are, quote unquote, too small to be important? Those are the 5 pieces. Our thoughts, our feelings are a puzzle. Some of the feeling pieces lost forever because we never had the pleasure of receiving them. How are we delusional enough to think we could ever fill in the pieces if we never knew them ourselves?
Humans are constantly evolving whilst being confused. Poetry shouldn't be our connection to our emotions. It should be a gateway for us to learn about them. Poetry could be so much more if we stop idolizing it. Exactly. This is not just about poetry.
So I think this next performance might be about my great-grandmother. Because this is Gertrude, performed by Charlotte Sybil. My great-grandmother's name was Gertrude. Please welcome Charlotte.
I've loved you since the first day I saw you. Your long neck stretched just enough to peer through the thin glass that separated your life from mine. Placed in a room full of fascinating oddities, with expanses of exotic things never seen before. And what's this? A twin, reflecting your every movement, trapped forever in a small glass object. The novelty of it all, sinking in faster than the stampedes that flicker in the back of your mind. Deforming as your birthdays pass, uncelebrated. People slowly growing, drifting away toward all their imminent destinies soon to be filled, yet the hairs on your spotted coat will forever stay the same as you sit quietly in helpless solitude. Then they took you. I can't even conceptualize the agony you must have felt as hands red from the innocent bloodshed dragged you, the hardwood stairs coming closer as you tumbled down, down, down. Poaching, forever circling back. And now, you stand in a dark corner alone, forced into silence by those who keep their violent crimes reticent, forging a path through your land, your life. And now, here I stand, facing you, alone, squashed under the hooves of everyone else, forcing their way to the canyon's end, a place thought to be inconceivable, yet is only a replica of this world's hidden beauty. Our lives destroyed, we lie defeated, squashed under hoof, and forced into silence. We are one and the same.
Next, will you welcome, performing her poem, Pretty, Ken's Davenport.
Sorry for that. I want y'all to know that I was really nervous to come up on stage today. Wanted to make sure that my makeup looked good and my outfit was perfect. I even stole my mom's shoes to come up on the stage. So now I gotta ask y'all a question. Am I pretty enough? It's a question asked by most that usually causes little girls to boast about their appearances. But when this one girl asked, prancing around in her pretty pink polyester polka dotted dress, the answer that she got was no. Okay, well, maybe that popping pink color isn't one that they prefer. Am I pretty enough? Then an 11-year-old girl asked, playing with the hem of her blinding bright blue blouse with one hand and tracing the leopard print pattern of her pants with the other. It was her Sunday's best, and she loved wearing it on second Sunday when she got to see that cute girl she loved at Victoria's Manor. So when she asked him this question, tears trickled down her cheek after trying to keep them in check, and she to be brought down. Let me ask y'all a question. Is she pretty enough? No! Well, your opinion doesn't matter. What matters is she believes in herself, but that's gonna happen. She's hopping from place to place, hoping that someone says yes. Because believe it or not, when this beautiful girl is 15, 16, 17, 18, even 19, she'll go from wearing pink polka dotted dresses to being in people's places, covering her body, pleading for them to say that perfect yes. So please, let me proceed to ask you a question, and I promise you can answer it this time. Are you pretty enough?
Next, you'll hear about beautiful. What comes to your mind when you think of something that's beautiful? Well, let's see if Brady Figure has the same idea in mind that you do. Welcome, Brady.
Fields of green and dusty trails they roam, the humble donkeys steadfast in their home. With ears so long, they listen to the breeze, and eyes that gleam with gentle, calm ease. They bear the load of burdens with grace. In rugged lands, their stops leave a trace. With every bray, a song of simple cheer, their loyalty shines, ever sincere. From dawn till dusk, they toil without disdain, their strength a testament, never in vain. In tales of old, they've been the loyal steed, through trials and triumphs they've sown the seed. O donkeys, gentle souls of humble hue, in your quiet presence we find virtue true. In your sturdy frame and gentle gaze lies the beauty of simpler days.
The Grotto.
He asked if he could anoint me with an oil from a saint I'd never heard of, praying over me for his friends and loved ones lost to my disease. He said he would pray and never came back, and that all would be well inside me and his cherished people, all in a line, a single word, grouping us together. Sick. I got better and so did he, but someone's father is dying and someone's mother is dead. A baby girl, barely alive, long enough to live, is gone. Survivor's guilt, but a constant pressure to be grateful for being one of the lucky ones. I may have gotten better, but that aftertaste has lingered in my head 11 years later. So many families like mine sat in those waiting rooms, laid on those hospital beds, waited for the magic words, cancer-free, to appear. He said a silent prayer, and so did I. So many times have I wished to see, why was I chosen? Why did I survive? Why was I the miracle when so many others were gone? They say that I took after our Mother Mary and that the Lord watched over me, but was he too busy watching? The doctors cut me open and stitch me up, tattoo my body and line up radiation lasers, lose all of my hair and grow it back, to sprinkle a little holy water on those kids. And not just those kids, but my aunt and my grandpas and my friends and my friends' friends. Were there not enough glory bees to the Father to save them? When he said that prayer, I closed my eyes, imagining the roses at her feet. She was my Hail Mary, and I was full of grace. I lit a candle and left, hands still together.
Boston with Rich Boy Summer.
What's good, Southwest? I dedicate this song to my best friend, Bob Blum, who's getting $20 to come up here. What's the point of being rich when you wake up alone? What's the point of going nowhere? There ain't nobody there. Freak that, I ride my bike and come home in the air. As I pedal through the city with the walk ramps there. With that tall, pale girl that I met last year, great. That's what I call it, love. That's what I fall and fell in. I ain't like sports growing up, but now I'm falling. I guess I'm a late bloomer. Hey, high top bottoms, cause the black on good with them. Golf the floor unos, cause we don't do pulling up. 20K bands, gone in 3 seconds. You ain't gotta like them, and you ain't gotta respect them. They're playing chess with these people that they got their bands pressing left their hands together. That's who really run. Young Teasy feeling easy, feel wheezy and shit. You say that you feeling breezy on the bridge. First you can't do your poison, so it's easier to sell.
So I would like you next to welcome Olivia King performing Young Love.
People say I'm too young to know what love feels like. While that may be true, I like to think that the way my heart felt when I was with him was love. He was like a shot of espresso. I could feel the energy through my veins. The way his eyes lit up when they saw me talking to my friends in the halls. The way my smile brightened when I saw him on the field. I believe love was in the sunset-colored tulips he gave me, the heartfelt paragraphs that showed up in little blue bubbles while I was sleeping. I believe love was in the hugs he gave me. I felt safe. For what I know, that was love. But being left undelivered for 15 hours isn't. Talking to other girls in front of me and saying they're just friends isn't. None of that was out of love, was it? If I don't know what love is, could this be it? The endless mind games, the betrayal, the countless nights of waiting for you? You broke her heart, you made mine stronger. The blue necklace, back in its box, the girl you had then is not the girl I am now.
Not that.
I would like you please, in just a second, to think about those eyeballs you have on the front of your head and listen to Kalen Hobbs and his performance, Eyes.
Gather around, folks, for the tale of the eyes, those windows to souls in every town lies. With peepers so bright they could see through the haze, revealing your secrets in meaner ways. Now eyes, my dear friends, are quite the tricksters. They'll wink and they'll blink, like mischievous whiskers. They'll butt and they'll flutter, the sly little gleam, as if plotting some grand on scheme sheen. No, but don't be fooled by their playful display, for eyes are the truth in their own special way. They mirror your joys, your sorrows, your fears, reflecting your journey for laughter and tears. So cherish your peepers, both big and both small, for they're not just for seeing, their truth tells y'all. And remember, my dear friends, as life's roads winds and bends, it's the twinkle in your eye it makes all the amends.
I hope you've been enjoying Poetry Slam so far. Please welcome our final slammer today, Liz Akintoye.
Let's sit down, let's sit down.
In the darkest of nights, hope emerges as a guiding star, illuminating the path to brighter tomorrows. In the shadows of doubt, hope rises like the dawn, painting the sky with promises of new beginnings. I see hope in each and every one of you guys, gleaming more luminous than any shining star. There was a point in my life when I had surrendered the thought that people still had it in them. Every time I thought about it, it was like a knife constantly stabbing at my very existence. I thought I'd lost hope in myself and everyone around me. Instantly dissipating to the point of no return, I could see a future where nobody would change and we would fail again and again like they did before us. I walk around the hallways and someone randomly shouts the N-word like it's nothing. Nothing. People using discriminating language to hurt me and other people around me personally. I see people laugh right in front of each other's faces about their own insecurities, the pimples on their faces, the different shades of the skin, the outfits they wear, how their hair looks ugly today. Oh, they must be poor because of the shoes they wear. People hiding their true selves because people won't accept them. Or when boys are too afraid to be themselves because people judge them for no absolute reason. Oh, he's not cute enough today. Why does his hair look like that today? What a 5'2" loser. Maybe if he got a glow up. Seeing this girl get sexually assaulted right in front of my eyes and no one believed her. No one. How girls get treated like objects and people use them for their own benefit. Or when people judge you on your weight. I weigh this and that, or you're fatter than me. Lose some goddamn weight for once. When did that become something we say to people? When did that become our reality? When did it become a crime to be you and own up to your sexuality? Being gay, being lesbian, being queer, being transgender. And then you wonder why people don't have hope anymore. I see the pain in your eyes, the burdens you've endured, the suffering you constantly go through being a student here, or just living in general, thinking no one will ever understand you, that no one will let you see the light again. I won't even act like I'm perfect. I won't even act like I know what you're going through. But remember, when everything and everyone around us turns to the dark and you don't believe that people will change, look for the bright light that sparkles in each and every one of you guys. For I believe deep down that people will change. I choose to find a brighter perspective because I know hope is our future, guys. It's the only thing saving us. It's our second chance, our chance at happiness. Hope signifies the dawn of fresh starts for a brighter future. Embrace hope's light, for in its glow we find the strength to conquer the darkest night, guiding us towards infinite horizons of possibility.
Let's have a round of applause for all of our 21 friends. You may have noticed some hard work by Mr. Nicholas, who's been our sound technician. Now, in just a minute, You're going to head back to your homeroom under your teacher's directions. When you get there, you go into your laptop. You are going to find in your email, say that word back to me, email. You know where this is. You will find an email from Mrs. Stam, I believe. And that email is inviting you to vote for who you think will be the